And we're back. I'm Esther Davis. And remember earlier, I mentioned that we would be talking to some of the brides, some of the brand new brides, and some of the ones that have been married a while. And we were able to get one of the couples that just got married. And it's Mr. and Mrs. Andrew Love. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Now tell me where you're from.
I'm from Canada.
You're from Canada.
Toronto,
and where are
yeah.
you from?
I'm from Mongolia.
Oh, that's a long way apart.
Yes.
Tell me something about your brand new husband. One day, right? One day of being married.
Yes, yes.
And it was an arranged marriage. So tell me, what do you think about him?
Great, just great.
He's just great.
Yeah, I want to say just great.
Yes.
And what
wanna
did
say
you
that
think
too.
the first time you saw him?
End of the November?
Ah,
And what'd you think?
and what did you think?
Do you remember the first picture you saw of me?
Oh, yes.
Ah, now we get her to talk.
Someone sent to me his picture, and then that picture looks 40 years old, man.
looked like an
I'm
old man
almost
somehow.
scared. Who is that?
Oh,
really bad
Very
picture.
scary picture.
But you're very amazing yourself because you were actually a stand-up comic in Canada.
Yeah, in Canada and then America. That's
And
why.
then America.
Yeah.
And how did this merger all come about? What transformed you to where you are today?
It was following my good instincts. I was just doing comedy and writing out in LA, and then I'm at the church, and then I felt something special about this church, so I followed that. And then I felt something special about this process because I saw people that had been through it, you know, that had been blessed before.
So you had friends that had been part of arranged marriages,
Yeah,
part of the
exactly.
Unification Church.
I knew the dating scene and what that brought, and that was not good results. And then I knew through these people arranged marriages, and I saw the results the fruit was their children, and I was blown away by. It was real. It was something you can't argue with. The result being live human beings, you know, and their families were genuinely happy, and I wanted that because I came from a broken family.
And you were tired of the dating game.
It's not real. Yeah, it's fake.
It's not real.
It's not real.
You
This is
hear that,
very real,
America?
yeah.
It's not real.
It's not real. I completely believe that it's just a passing fad, a part of America that's going to be here and gone, soon gone.
Well, I guess one of my questions I really want to ask to both of you is that you're both so young, absolutely adorable, and you decide to meet each other sight unseen. For an American, that's a big issue.
Yeah.
What went through your mind? What actually just, I'm going to do this. I believe in the divine principle and the fact that I want to stay with my spouse forever.
Well,
What else was
I
going
spent
to
the
your
first couple years building a relationship with God, and that based on that belief, I believe that I would be led to the right person, based on my good instincts. Like, we can make mistakes ourselves, but I believe that I was going to be led to the right person, and I was, and she was led to me, and then based on that, it was what we did with it, you know, and we tried to make it as good as possible, and we're still trying.
You just attended a ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me about the ceremony real quick.
Well, yesterday we got married in City Hall, which is kind of a weird place. But as soon as we got married, we went outside and we looked up, and there's no clouds in the sky except for one, and it was the
Just
shape
heart,
of
like
the
that.
shape of a heart.
When I
swear
just
to
come
God.
out from the door, and then first time I saw, what is heart? Look at the heart.
Yeah.
And then clear sky, and then there's a
This
small
one.
heart like this.
Yeah.
And
Ah,
I said to him, this is gift from God.
are you gonna learn Korean? You're gonna learn Mongolian. What language do you
It's-
speak?
Mongolian language.
Mongolian. You're
Yes.
gonna learn Mongolian. She speaks
I'll
very good
learn so-
English.
I know something. I know how to say I love you and say Bi cham da harte shu hungurmin.
You did
I love
great.
you.
What did you
Yeah.
say?
It says I love you.
I love you. You know what? I came out of the modeling world. I want my audiences to see this gown. This is absolutely lovely. So I'm going to ask the camera guy to stand back, and you're going to take center stage and just
stand
turn
back.
around and let us see how beautiful the bride is at the holy ceremonies. You are darling. Thank you so much for talking
Thank
to
you.
me. It's Esther Davis in New York City at The Blessing. I'll be right back with another lovely couple. You guys are so beautiful. Thank you.
for the
Thank
interview.
you. It's Esther Davis, still in New York City. We have another lovely couple here, and they have just gotten married. They're part of the Blessing today. We're going to talk to them and talk about where they're from and what their commitment is and how long have you known each other. So please welcome Mr. and Mrs.
Kenneth Ruskowitz.
Kenneth Ruskowitz, because I've been messing up his name all afternoon. How
That's
are you?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
How long have you been married?
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years? So you're renewing your vows at the blessing tonight,
Yeah.
later on tonight. But your marriage was arranged. And so how are you doing after 2 years as a bride?
We try to learn to know each other.
Okay.
It's a good part before we go to the blessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what do you think about him? What wonderful things can you tell me about him?
He's funny.
He is funny, yeah. But that's a sign of of happiness. Tell me where you're from.
I'm from Thailand.
You're from Thailand.
Yes.
Now, and you're from?
I'm from the happy state of New York.
The New Yorker goes to Thailand to get a bride.
Yes,
Is that the way it happened?
Yes, it is.
So you get on, did you get a helicopter and your personal jet?
We first started talking through Skype,
Ah.
and our first conversation lasted over 8 hours.
8 hours?
And then we proceeded to talk every day, twice a day, for 2 to 3 hours at a minimum, until I went over 3 weeks later.
Okay.
And when we first met,
Oh, Michael.
it was love.
It
It
was
felt
love.
like we knew each other for eternity already.
Now, did
And
you
I
go
knew this.
over to
I
Thailand
went to
or you
Thailand.
met halfway? How did this work?
I flew to Thailand.
You flew to Thailand.
Yes.
You believe in the divine principles.
Yes, I do. I believe in Father Moon.
And you're going to be married for how long?
Eternity.
Eternity. I guess that's what makes this show so very fascinating, is that the brides and the groom make a commitment up front before they meet each other, but you already in love, right? You were already in love from Skype. That's what you just told me.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So now,
And it just reaffirmed it when I met her.
that's right. His eyes are just dancing. This man is still very, very happy. And now we have some people here in the studio that are coming in to join us. And so what do you do after? Why did you decide to reaffirm your vows? Because it was here in the United States this time versus being in Korea?
Yes, well, we got married over in Thailand
Okay.
so that I could do the permanent visa. We haven't consummated our wedding yet. We're waiting to follow through with the blessing before
Okay.
we actually move forward with our relationship. So basically, we're still on the honeymoon and have
Yeah.
been.
So this is not a
We've
thing
already
you really rush into.
We didn't rush into
And
it.
you're happy with this.
I'm extremely happy
But
with
Michael,
this.
you're a New Yorker. New Yorkers don't do things like this.
I do.
I do. Brave man. Congratulations. Many, many years. I'm going to continue to do this. So next time I come up for the blessing, I want to make sure that I get a chance to see you. What do you do in New York? Where do you live?
I live in Orange County, New York,
Orange County, New York.
at the present. And
Okay.
I'm working on a house up in Mexico, New York.
Did you know there was a Mexico, New York down up here? We know where the other one. And what are you going to do in Mexico, New York?
Fish.
A fisherman.
Yes.
Are you going to join him in the fish? Do you like fish?
Yeah, I
She's
can
already
cook for
been
him.
fishing.
She's already.
And
Lovely.
she caught a 25-pound salmon already.
Really?
Yes.
I'm assuming you had something to do with that. Maybe.
Yes, I held the net.
That's it.
That's it.
Congratulations to both of you. Thank you so much for coming in the studio to talk to me. We're at the Manhattan Center. It's Esther Davis in New York City. I'll be right back.